Welcome back to the Midday Show. I'm your host, Mark Strauss, the TV guy on the radio. And we're going to talk about college recruiting this half hour, but not in the vein that you'd normally talk about it. I'll explain. Every month, we get together with the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University, and there's a new small business in town with an old face at the helm. Barb Smith, the former head coach of the ISU women's basketball team, has been on both ends of the recruiting spectrum. And if you've got a young person, an athlete at home, who's being wooed by a college coach for any sport, boy, for a teenager, even for a parent, all the things we're juggling to make a decision, to go to the right school, to make sure that you've got all the information you need to make the decision that's in the best interests of your kid, that's a hard thing to do. So Barb has created a small business called Find My Team. It's a business that helps parents and young student athletes who are approaching college navigate the college recruiting rigors. And she joins us right now on the telephone. Barb, how are you?
I'm great, Mark. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Like I mentioned, you've been on both sides of this. You've recruited athletes, and you've seen it from, you were probably recruited as an athlete, and maybe you've got a young person somewhere in your family who's been recruited, but you know how it works. And if, for a coach, you do it all the time. But for a family, it may be a one-time, once-in-a-lifetime experience, and it's an important decision. Where to go to school? Is it the right place? Am I going to be happy there? And what does being a student athlete at Acme University include? So tell us how you got the idea for this, and you're just launching this now, right?
I opened the doors today. I'm very excited about this. We are partnering with female student athletes, trying to help them and their families and their coaches understand the recruiting process and navigate it in smaller chunks. Right now, it's overwhelming, it's frustrating, it's all the things, Mark, you just said, and it's not a fun experience. And being a college coach for the last 30 years, I got to see happy campers in college, and I got to see unhappy campers in college. And those unhappy campers are not bad people. They just didn't find the right place. They didn't find the right fit, and it's costly, and it's agonizing to them and their families and the school and the program that they left. So I'm trying to help kids find their best fit the first time around, and to give them ownership and empower them with the tools that they need and their families need to make the decision on their own. There's a lot of people out there trying to get in there, and you pay money for this and that and the other thing to send out videos and to get highlight videos and to send emails across the country, and all of that stuff can be done by the student athlete and her family. So we're hoping to line people up to find the right fit and to hopefully save them time and money, and streamline their process. So just make it easier.
So what does it cost to hire you and provide the service? I guess at several different levels, depending on what it is that the family or the athlete wants. What does it cost for the service to hire Find My Team?
Right. There's different packages for different situations, but basically we've put together an assessment, and this assessment is something that a student athlete takes, and it kind of lays out questions that, this is from feedback we're getting, kids have never been asked these types of questions. So they get to formulate their own, what they really truly want. And we ask them and they answer these questions, and they're learning about themselves as they take it. So there's a package where we just give them this assessment, and then we go over it with them. And then we say, these are the tools that you need to go out and be recruited. These are the things you need. These are the questions you should ask. Here's a lot of information, 16 pages worth of information about you to help you with the recruiting process. And that's our smallest package, and that's just $100. It's 2 phone calls and the assessment. And then there are other packages where they can have somebody like me, like a person who has done this for years, and there's some former college coaches in the mix with me here that are lining up with these kids, and they get that person from the starting point to the ending point. And they pay an annual fee. If it's just one student athlete, it's $2,000 for the year. And they get to have that person on call with them the entire year with opportunities, how to set up your plan, how to write an email, practicing on the like a Zoom call, practicing how to talk to a coach, and just really, really taking them step by step in small chunks and taking them through the process. And then we have another package where, and this has come from parents, where they want their own calls. They want their own person, aside from their student athletes, because, for example, how do I deal with this high school coach who's not helping us? How do I deal with this club coach who isn't helping my daughter because she's not the top player, or all the other issues that surround parents that don't necessarily have to be on a call with the kid. And so that's a $3,000 package, which includes the student athlete, the parents, and the assessment, and that's $3,000 a year. So there's just those three packages right now. And to be honest with you, we didn't have packages at the beginning of this. We were just going to educate and put out the information. But the kids, I'm working with a group of 100 kids and their families right now who asked for a personal guide. That was the thing that would bring them the most value. So we shifted our business plan and put these packages together and have lined up coaches to be ready to help these kids, because that's what they are asking for. And I want to be there. I want to be there for these kids, and I want to help them find the right place, and we want to do it the right way.
We're talking with Barb Smith, former ISU women's basketball coach, who has launched a new business starting today called Find My Team, a web-based service that partners with female student athletes, their parents, and college coaches to help navigate the recruiting process. Barb, just real quickly, because we don't have a lot of time, and we still have to get to Karen Bissoni for her small business tip of the month. What did your contacting the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan do to help you get this off the ground?
To be honest, Mark, I wouldn't be here. This wouldn't have happened without the Small Business Development Center. And I joke with them. Karen, I was at an event, an event of some sort of fundraiser here in Bloomington, and I was talking about this idea 2 years ago, and somebody in the group said, hey, you need to go talk to this woman, Karen Bissoni, over at the Small Business Development Center. So I set up an appointment, and it was the best move I made, because these guys are legit. They've given me interns who I have hired, actually. They have helped me with marketing. I've gone to their classes. They've set me up with somebody to set up the financial part of this. I mean, the Small Business Development Center is key to anybody who's even thinking about this. It's just a great place to start, and I owe them a lot. I'm their longest standing client for sure, Mark. They can't get rid of me.
Well, good luck with the business, Barb. I know it's a great idea. I've heard of some other people who've come out of coaching and college athletics who are doing the same thing because they understand how difficult it is, because they've been on the other side of it. And thanks for sharing that with us. Before we go, at least break off our part of the interview with you, how can they contact Find My Team?
They can go to www.findmyteam.com, and there are places to go in there to contact us. And all they got to do is shoot us an email, and we'll get right back to them. All
right. We're going to put you on hold for a minute, and I enjoyed talking to you about this new venture. Good luck with it. We're going to be joined by Karen Bissoni, who's the director of the Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan, in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Midday Show with the TV Guy on the radio. We're in our Small Business Development Center at Illinois Wesleyan University segment. We'll have to do a quick second part to this. Karen Bissoni is the director of the SBDC. Their website is McLeanCo.SBDC.org. And Karen's here with her small business tip of the month. Karen, how are you?
Well, thank you, Mark. Thanks for having us again this month. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. So what's this month's small business tip?
This month's small business tip is declutter small business workflow. I have 3 suggestions how to do that. And I want to share those with your viewers, your listeners, Mark. First of all, you should make certain that you find your documents, including your emails, papers, maybe hard copy papers, maybe papers that you have in the cloud, what have you. You need to be able to find them in a few seconds. And if you can't, there's a problem. And the idea is you need to declutter some of that so that you can find them quickly. Maybe you have to create some hard copies, or maybe you have some type of online folder and maybe one, both, or something else fits your personal style. But it's very important to do that. And maybe you put something on your calendar monthly just to remind you to align those things and file those things appropriately. Number 2, maintain an electronic to-do list, including progress against business goals. There's a lot of apps available out there. I'm not going to go through all those, but a lot of them, if you do, say, for example, a Google search, you'll find a lot of them that are free and they're inexpensive, and take advantage of those. They will truly help you. And then last, bring everybody within your organization, including yourself, your calendar into alignment. You know, Mark, we have 5 people now in the SBDC, which is very exciting. And we are always making sure that our calendars align and that they align with our sponsorships and people that help us with seminars and whatnot. But we just always make sure that our calendars are aligned. That is huge and can really help your business a tremendous amount. And everybody's on the same page.
All right. Hey, Karen, we're out of time here. Let's refer everybody to the website for your upcoming events. Declutter your small business workflow. That is Karen's small business tip of the month. The website is McLeanCo.SBDC.org. Barb, Karen, Angela Cooper-Smith, who's the assistant director, is also in on the call. Thanks for taking some time today and introducing us to Barb's new business, Find My Team. Good luck with that, Barb.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, very good. And that's our Small Business Development Center segment for this month. More on the Midday Show right after this.